In the early months of 2026, while the public still debated whether unidentified aerial phenomena were real, a different conversation was already underway behind closed doors. In a rented house, somewhere in the mountains of Tennessee, a small group of American evangelical pastors sat with phones switched off. A Republican congressman connected by phone. The subject was not theology in the abstract. It was preparation. A disclosure was coming. Non-human craft, non-human intelligence, and an alternative origin story for humanity that the pastors were told could cause many believers to abandon their faith if it arrived without warning. Weeks later, those same leaders began preparing their congregations. The Pentagon files had not yet been released. When they finally were, the public religious response arrived with remarkable speed. Within 72 hours, the Vice President of the United States used the word demons on national media. A congresswoman posted imagery of a biblically accurate angel. The language of Christian demonology locked into place almost overnight. Yet while one tradition reached for its loudest and most familiar word, another tradition, followed by nearly 2 billion people, already possessed a category shaped with uncomfortable precision for exactly what the newly released documents appeared to describe. The Arabic root is JNN. The verb means to cover, to conceal, to hide. From it comes the noun Jinn, the hidden ones, the concealed ones, beings whose nature is to remain veiled from ordinary human perception. The Quran does not treat them as allegory or psychological projection. It presents them as a parallel, intelligent creation. In Surah 51, God states that He created both the jinn and humankind for the same purpose. In Surah 55, the materials are distinguished. Humanity formed from clay like pottery, the jinn from a smokeless flame of fire. They occupy the same world, yet at a frequency or modality the human eye is not equipped to perceive. They are older than Adam. They possess free will. They are morally diverse, some believing, some rejecting, some hostile, some indifferent. The full range of moral choice found in any intelligent society. The most consequential figure in this account is Iblis. When the angels are commanded to bow before the newly created Adam, all obey except one. Western readers instinctively map this onto the fall of Lucifer. The Quranic text, however, is explicit. Iblis was of the Jinn. The being who becomes the primary adversary of humanity is not a fallen archangel, but a member of a parallel species who refused out of contempt for the human creation. His offspring, the Shayateen, inherit that hostility. The story is not identical to the Christian narrative. It is a different architecture built from a different vocabulary, arriving at different conclusions about the nature of the beings that share the earth with us. Modern academic language has begun, almost reluctantly, to circle the same territory. In 2024, a peer-reviewed paper introduced the crypto-terrestrial hypothesis, the possibility that a non-human intelligence native to Earth, predating humanity, has remained concealed through biological, technological, or behavioral strategies. Muslim researchers noted the near-perfect overlap. What 21st century academics were describing in the language of speculative science, the Islamic tradition had already categorized in detail for 14 centuries. Meanwhile, the institutions were calculating risk. The British Unhidden Foundation published public health assessments, estimating that confirmed disclosure could leave between 210 and 636 million people in psychological collapse. The Vatican Observatory studied the question in private. Advisory councils convened at high levels, included seats dedicated not only to the objects themselves, but to the human audience that would receive the news. Pastors had been briefed months in advance. Public health bodies had run the numbers. The only party consistently left unprepared was the general public. The deeper claim of the video is not that any single religious tradition has the final answer. It is that the categories Western institutions reached for first, demons, fallen angels, purely spiritual adversaries, may be less precise than older frameworks that already described parallel, material, morally complex intelligences sharing the planet while remaining largely hidden. The Jinn are not merely evil spirits. They are a second civilization, created from a different substance, granted the same moral agency as humans, and long accustomed to remaining unseen. When governments insist they have no knowledge, the historical record suggests otherwise. Religions have been naming and categorizing non-human intelligences for thousands of years. The files now emerging into public view do not event a new problem. They force a confrontation with vocabularies that were never discarded, only ignored. The institutions were preparing. The only question left is whether the rest of us will do the same before the next release arrives.